Hi everyone, it's Anna Garliff, a communications specialist with the Oldman Watershed Council. I hope you enjoy this little presentation about how to add narration to your PowerPoints. I'll keep it very short, very simple, because actually it is. You need to have a machine that's got speakers, microphone, and sound card. And if you do, and you've got PowerPoint 2013, then you're ready to go. PowerPoint 2013 or above. And just follow along. It should be pretty easy. You want to make sure that you include visuals. The first two slides were without visuals and they're pretty boring, and a lot of people spend their time just reading off of the PowerPoint and they think that's okay. In fact, most people do their presentations that way and it is tedious. Make sure that you're actually talking to the people, and this is whether you're recording your narration or whether you're doing it live. There should be a reason why people come to see you and a reason why people listen in. Otherwise they can read it themselves. So make sure that there's a good balance there. You want your visuals very simple, very effective. You want to make sure that there's not too much color going on, that there's not too much text going on. Make sure that what they're looking at gives them a clear message. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with something scientific as long as it gets the point across. You want to choose a visual that they can easily relate to. Kids making a mess of themselves or something most people that can relate to, especially if they don't have to clean it up. And you can add text to that. So this one is inviting people to come to the OWC's AGM, and it's got nothing to do with watershed management and health, but it gets the point across. We were celebrating our 10th anniversary and we were going to have cake. So this is a different kind of visual. Now, a lot of people will put up scientific data and they'll start talking about it, when actually what they should be doing is maybe showing a visual of where the study took place before they start going into data, because people will stop listening to you. They'll be trying to figure out what's on the screen. So don't give them too much, and make sure that what you do give them is at the right time. Something like this invites people into what you're saying. You know, you've got a powerful visual like this, they can also smell the air if they've been there. They can really understand where you were. So try and capitalize on that. Make people get through their minds into what you're saying. Putting up something like this just turns people off. The room's dark, they're uncomfortable, maybe they haven't eaten, they have eaten. Something like this is not effective. You put up something too complicated visually or too complicated in terms of data, it will not help you. So keep it very simple and thus effective. So how do you actually narrate your PowerPoint? All right, you want to test your mic, make sure that you won't be disturbed, and eliminate background noise. Right now I'm in the research center and the coffee room is right next door. I could be disturbed at any time and I can't get rid of the background noise, so do your best. You want to practice, you want to test run it. You don't want people laughing at your attempts, but neither do you want to read off a sheet. So don't write out every single word you're going to say and read it off like a speech. You want to talk to the people. You want to do it ad hoc. Maybe you want some talking points, but really speak to the people. Make sure that it's going to be interesting for them to listen to and that they feel like they're being addressed. There's nothing worse than reading off the screen unless it's somebody reading off their notes on the side. Your voice will have no modulation to it. It'll just be one thing all the time in a monotone. Don't want to do it. So up at the top of your screen, once you've got your PowerPoint open, you can see that there's an option up there for sound. This is not how to record your narration. This is to add sound effects to that particular slide. So you see this one here, I've selected the bomb sound effect, and you can add that in if you want, and you can select apply to all or just to that particular slide. So be careful what you do. You're going to have a bomb going off for each of your slides. So be careful what you do. Try it out. Do a couple of test PowerPoints before you do it on the one. Whatever you do, make sure that your PowerPoint doesn't go any more than 20 minutes. Make it 10 minutes if you can. And if you can chunk it down into several that are 5 minutes each, even better. People won't share anything that's longer than 5 minutes. Bear that in mind. If you actually want your message to go out there, you're going to have to chunk it down. So you can add a bunch of sound effects. Here you could have the water whooshing up, or you could have the bear roaring or something like that. But you don't want to show off your PowerPoint skills and have slides flying in and flying out and sound effects going on. You're gonna look ridiculous. So yeah, don't overdo it. You want to use humor in a good way. You want to use it as a tool, and not have people laughing at your attempts to master PowerPoint. Alright, so before you start recording, you will want to make sure of one thing, that you have the boxes checked for slide and animation timings and for narrations, ink, and laser pointer, because otherwise people are going to have to advance the slides by themselves and they're not going to know when you're finished talking. So you want PowerPoint to notice when you've advanced to the next slide. Make sure those two things are checked. So here at the top you can see an address. There's some pretty clear instructions there online for people how to record your slideshow in PowerPoint. So the link's up there if you want to go through those instructions as well. It's really actually quite easy. You go to the tab that says slideshow, you go to the icon that says record slideshow, you click it, and you can decide whether you start recording that particular slide or right from the beginning. Make sure that you know what you're doing. On this particular one, I didn't record the first two slides. I didn't start talking until we got into it a little bit. And as you're recording and you're blabbing away and you decide that you're done, then you just click on the screen to move to the next slide and continue talking. Whatever you do, please don't mumble. I find a lot of people mumble, not just scientists. They don't enunciate clearly. And remember, when people process information, they're always behind what you're saying. So you want to slow down your rate of speech, especially if you're talking about specific subjects or something where they may be less of an expert than you. They will always be listening slower than you can speak. So be aware of that. Enunciate clearly. Slow yourself down if you're into a complicated subject, and take it easy on your listener. Cut down on the jargon if possible. Don't load it up with stuff. If you want people to engage with what you're saying, make it so that they can understand it. If it's a teachable moment, try and do so. Maybe you're talking to other scientists, but maybe they aren't exactly in your field. So I don't know of an occasion where more jargon is better. If you can simplify it, do so. If they want more information, they can contact you, and they will contact you if they have been engaged. So what happens if you make a mistake? Yeah, it's no problem. Once you get out of the program, and then you go back to the slide that you want to re-record, you just select it, and you go back to that record tab, and then you make sure that it's clicked just for the current slide, and you can redo it. It's absolutely no big deal. So if you're happy with your PowerPoint presentation and you've gone all through it and you think you've included everything that you want to, and you've checked the audio levels and you're good to go, there's one last step that you need to take in order for you to be able to share your PowerPoint easily and without a lot of hassle for the people on the other end. And that is to create a video from it. It's really easy. You go to your Save button and you select the export. You can see that there on the orange bar on the side. It's highlighted, export. Should have put that 1 down by the export instead of the share. Oh well. And then the second thing you need to do is click create a video. The third thing you need to do is check what kind of resolution do you want it to be recorded in, and make sure that you include the timings and the narrations automatically again. And the fourth thing you need to do is just create the video. So again, strong visuals, clear messaging on the text, and you want to be sure that people know where the PowerPoint came from. So hopefully it'll be shared, and you want people to know where it came from. You want them to come back to you, your website, and ask for more information. So make sure that it's on there. You should have a date as well. So for the record, this is, what have we got now? I don't even know the date. Let's go for July 2015. Yeah, that way, if technology moves on, or your programs change, or you get a new website, people won't be left behind. Speaking of websites, this particular slide shows oldmanwatershed.ca. That's our new website address. We're getting rid of oldmanbasin.org, and we're directing people to that new website, which has also got the blog integrated into it. So scientists, if you're recording your PowerPoints, please send them to me. I would love to feature them on all of our social media and on the Oldman's YouTube channel. So for more information, you know how to get a hold of me. I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know if it was useful, and good luck with your stuff. Thanks.